Bill is Vice Commodore of Eastern Yacht Club. Also out here are two New York Yacht Club Club Swan 42s. Great Harbor Yacht Club Commodore Norwood Davis is at the helm of Mustang. At the windward mark, a pair of W46s are having a tight race. Guest celebrity skipper Brad Reed understands the value of Nantucket Community Sailing's program.
Well, public access to the water is the most important thing we can do as a community to try to get more people involved in sailing. Our goal is to grow sailing, and Nantucket does it, Sail Newport does it, and by having these events that bring focus on community-oriented sailing programs, it's a boon to everyone.
We had a group of kids out today on a J105 racing against all sorts of types of boats, from classic wooden boats to racing machines to you name it. And to be out on the water as a kid sailing against Gary Jobson on the other side, it's sort of a neat experience.
The object, just basically experience. You got to start somewhere, and we're not super competitive, although it is a very competitive race. But try and get them to learn a little bit about everything, every aspect of the boat, from running the bow to steering, and a little bit about tactics and when to tack and stuff like that.
Okay, tell me when.
All around good experience to get everyone involved in sailing, especially in the bigger boats like this. You've seen a huge change from the beginning when I have to stand behind the wheel and pretty much run the whole boat by myself, to now I can go up on the bow, run the bow, or do some other things while they actually run the boat. I'd feel comfortable letting these guys take it out for the afternoon if they wanted to.
Take it up, right at the committee boat, right at the committee boat. Hold. Get speed on, come on. Hold, up.
Young sailors aboard Nantucket Community Sailing's J105s are very competitive.
These guys for the race team, about 3 days a week, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, we take them out for the afternoon. And we've done some other regattas like Hyannis and Martha's Vineyard around the island. It's a blast. Love it. Love being on the water.
Jiving! Watch your heads!
Nice crew work. A staff of 50 has 150 boats available to teach over 1,000 children to sail every year. Nantucket Community Sailing also offers rentals and adult sailing lessons. There are scholarships available and a high school sailing team, along with free sailing and water sport activities for other nonprofit organizations. Wendy Schmidt, president and founder of Reman Nantucket, is competing on a W46 Equus. She inspired the organizers of the regatta to have a clean, green event. This was accomplished with reusable water bottles and water refill stations. Reusable bags were given to all the teams, and there was no discharge allowed in the harbor. Schmidt has a goal of connecting the town with the harbor.
Well, it's 30 miles out to sea. There's something about having that contained, beautiful space this far out to sea that I just find it's really hard to find a place that matches it in terms of being out there and yet having this intimacy. And, it all adds up to Nantucket.
People visit Nantucket for many reasons. The beaches, the food, day life and nightlife, fishing and sailing, and simply relaxing. One of the highlights every summer is the Opera House Cup that was started in 1973.
It's just special seeing all these beautiful wooden boats here and the effort that the owners make to keep them up and to compete with them. And it's a great camaraderie. It's a small fraternity as it is in sailing, but this group is particularly congenial and certainly appreciative of these beautiful designs.
Trim, we're racing.
We're on board Black Watch in the Opera House Cup, winner in 2007. A clean start.
Casey? Mark, yes.
Black Watch and Ticonderoga in the foreground duel off the starting line. I like the intensity of the crew as they work their way toward the first mark.
He's tacking.
The 37th Opera House Cup features perfect sailing conditions. The wind is out of the southwest at 10 to 15 miles per hour. There are 59 boats racing on a course that's set just under 20 miles. Black Watch is moving well and is in a good position at the turning mark. It takes a lot of good teamwork to operate a boat of this size. The Nantucket Yacht Club's past Commodore Bob Constable enjoys his ride.
Just a perfect breeze for this boat too.
The fleet races in separate classes. The most prominent are the wooden 12 meters who line up for the start. And we got a couple gaff riggers out here. Gwen Gayard, owner of the Opera House restaurant, along with manager Chick Walsh, decided one summer evening to have a race for classic wooden boats. Gwen volunteered to host the awards party at her restaurant and supply a trophy. Chick recruited the help of Dick Deutsch from the Nantucket Yacht Club. The rest is history. The eclectic fleet uses the handicap system adopted from the Cruising Club of America and the Storm Trysail Club. The handicap rule has been modified to accommodate this growing competitive fleet. A nice sight as the fleet of very different designs sails on a close reach for the turning mark. This crew prepares to set a staysail looking for an advantage. Wild Horses is also a popular sight, as is the classic 12-meter Easterner showing her varnished topsides. One of my favorite boats out here is Goshawk, who ends up with the fastest elapsed time in this race. The biggest and perhaps oldest is Sumaron, a 90-foot fife built in 1914 in Scotland. Beautiful. The 12-meter Valiant and the 1936 Ticonderoga charge for the finish line. 12 meters American Eagle, Easterner, and Gleam have a tight race. These boats are simply a joy to watch. Onboard Black Watch. It comes right down to the wire against Ticonderoga. Remember, there is a time allowance. Ticonderoga takes the gun.
It was a terrific finish. I would say it was somewhere 5 to 10 seconds split between us. We think they give us a couple of seconds a mile, which should give us a leg up on the final results.
Good race, everybody. Good race.
Beautiful weather, wonderful people, great event, and on a beautiful boat. Black Watch is so gracious and lovely, and such a great design. It's been a wonderful day.
A wonderful day for Kathleen, the winner this year of the Opera House Cup, a 29-foot catboat built in 2006 by Charles Hanley. The boat is owned and skippered by Tim Fallon of North Falmouth, Mass. What a beauty. Nantucket Race Week gets bigger and better every year. Reliable winds, a friendly harbor, enthusiastic sailors, and a fleet of classic boats makes this event a highlight of every racing season. Sailors from across the country are invited to participate. Every size and shape sailboat is available. Over 1,000 young people are introduced to sailing every year. This island paradise offers the protection of an enclosed harbor and a beautiful sound that is perfect for competitive racing. The highlight is the annual Opera House Cup. Many young people aspire to sail on one of these grand yachts someday. Race Week is a family affair that connects the generations. Starting with the early explorers to the bold whalers, and finally the yachtsmen of today, Nantucket is a perfect place in which to set sail. I'm Gary Jobson, and I'll see you next year.